Hello, my name is Sophia Eriksson, and this is my combat encounter assignment for the Advanced Level Design course. The premise of this level is that you are a reporter investigating an asylum rumored to be experimenting on their patients. Your mission is to find the boss's computer, which holds the secret documents, and send them off. The setting is a Shutter Island Alcatraz kind of setting, so you can imagine crashing waves, rain, and wind. As you have just arrived, you are met with this framing and soft reveal of one of the main buildings that have a clock tower, creating a natural point of interest and goal. I'm also soft revealing the signal tower, which the player will visit later in the experience. Investigating the gate, it is locked. The player is pushed to the right by using the placement of the car and also the FOV of the camera, which breaks their sightline of the main building, giving them a denial. Going right, they will come to this Outlast-inspired scaffolding in order to enter the building and also learn how to vault and the signifiers of going through windows and vents. When the player enters the building, they realize that the power is off. The player is equipped with a zipline rope and a flashlight. I wanted to raise the suspense immediately by placing a dead body right in front of the player to signal that something is wrong. In this corridor, the player can get a better view of the courtyard, and I'm rewarding them with the point of interest once again. They can follow these breadcrumbs of blood, which lead them down these stairs. Moving down these stairs, I am forcing the player to turn right in sharp corners, which exposes them before the camera, which raises suspense even further. They are now in the hospital wing and can see a body lying on one of the beds on the other side of this glass. I force the player to break sight with the body and turn their back, where they will find a clue that says that the boss's office is in the administration building, which you can see out of the window. Entering here, they are immediately led to the left, and the body is gone. So this first part is mainly to raise suspense, since the player doesn't have a weapon to defend themselves yet. And turning right, they can now see the signifier window that leads out to the courtyard. In this courtyard, I've worked with an 8-shape formation and half covers to create an interesting path for the player and also for later once the combat is taking place here. I'm pushing the player to the left where they can see and hear the sparks of the gate, and they understand that it is run on electricity. I am blocking the view of the other door that is on the left and doing a bait and switch by luring the player to the administration door, which is locked, so that they will find the locked door before they turn around and continue on to the next building, which is also welcomed by this leading line. In this composition, I wanted to put attention on the guard room and raise the player's curiosity with the door to the right and the stair railings going down. Looking through the glass, they will see the administration key, and this door is locked, so they must go down the stairs. The player is now in the patient's ward, where it gets real creepy. I wanted to foreshadow the enemies to the unknowing player by forcing them to walk past them without any weapons. The patients are basically zombies, so these first ones are quite idle, while these ones claw at the player. You can imagine their arms reaching out of the bars. I am forcing the player to move in between these narrow cells, and then I am releasing the tension in this morgue where they can breathe out and find this signifier vent. Which loops them back to the guard room. They have now been in a level loop, and they can grab the key and go out to the admin building. They are now in the admin hall, which has half covers here, and this cylinder, which they can circle around, these stairs, which can be used for high ground later in combat. The hall is also symmetrical to ease the player's mental map. The boss office is right here, and the computer. But of course it needs electricity, so if the player follows these wires, it creates a leading line to the signal tower, which is now revealed. Going out, they can drop down here and go over this bridge. You can imagine waves and wind and rain and a very unstable and almost broken bridge. So the reason this door is locked is because I wanted to create a one-way drop-off so that the player can't go back the way they came from. And here's a ladder. And I will explain why. So the only path the player has out is this balcony, which has the zipline back and also a zombie guarding it. So, going to the control room, they can turn on the electricity, see the effect of their action. All the lights go on, but so does a very loud alarm, and they can see the patients are escaping from their cells on the CCTV. They are now backtracking all the way to the main gate, the player. The player can pick up this gun and some ammo from this guard. And they also have a sightline of the zombie waiting. They get their first snack kill and can use the zipline to launch straight into action. In the office, they send the documents off and also have to face their first zombie face to face. You can see if you can. Oh. These guys are very fast. You can reload. Going onto the hall, you have a sightline of the zombies downstairs. You can use these stairs as high ground to kill off enemies. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this. So I also want to show how you can circle. Here I am. You can also circle these half covers to kill off the enemies. Moving out into the courtyard, there are lots of zombies, so the player is forced into this sort of 8 shape formation. You can use it to avoid the zombies or kill them. The gate is now opening, but it's very slow, so the player is forced back into this 8 formation, where and now the gate is finally open. One last shot maybe. And the player can escape the nightmare. That is all. Thank you so much.